Okay, good morning from day 33 on the Appalachian Trail. We are freezing. Last night it rained and we had one cold front that moved through here, and it is below freezing here now. You can tell by my nose. Water bottles froze. I'm praying my water filter didn't freeze. I'm glad that I slept in the shelter last night. One of the girls here, her tent poles froze, so we worked for a long time just to get those unfrozen. The bear box, that froze. We had a hard time getting just our food out of the bear box, but thankfully I think we are all packed up. We are gonna get on the trail and just get our bodies moving because we are freezing. Can y'all see the frost on the ground? Yeah, it got that cold again. It's real pretty outside. Oh, look, you can definitely see the ice on the ground here. It's a big rock. Climbing to the top of Big Butt Mountain. Yes, you heard that right. Look at the ice in the trees, y'all. It's so pretty. Oh. It doesn't seem slick, but just in case. I know, right? Choose your own path, I guess. Whatever feels best, especially with your knee. Alright, give me over this way. Alright. How you doing back there? Oh, I found a blaze. Yes, sit up there. Poles definitely don't help on this. Good old hands and feet is what you need. I would probably say poles hurt you on this. Big Butt, you were fun to climb. And now I'm going to reward myself with an oatmeal cream pie. Thank you so much. Woo, listen to that wind. Yowzers. That looks fresh. I wonder if that happened last night. Ricky! Still cold. Okay. How did this get here? What an absolutely gorgeous day today. Do you see the day? Oh. That might take the cake to the biggest one I've seen so far. Yowzers. Whoa. It is. Cool looking though. Show me how to do that. That's a mess up there too. Looks like people went up around. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shimmy my way through this. I think. Ugh. I think. Okay, now hey, sticks. I just need you to hold me up for just a little bit. Just for a little bit, hold me up. Okay, after climbing over those shrubs, I felt like something wasn't quite right. Because normally the AT is very well maintained. And so, checked my map, I'm far out. Noticed we were off the trail a little bit. Went ahead and checked my Gaia map as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I noticed that we were also not on a trail and that the trail we were on did not intersect with the AT. So we stopped, turned around, and got ourselves back on the AT where we belonged. So I think it's real important if you feel like something's not quite right, to stop and check yourself, which is what we did. And it only cost us maybe 10 minutes. So thankful we did that, and we are back on track. Oh, talk about thank you to the trail maintainers. Whoa, I'm still hiking through this. They put in some nice steps too. Isn't that nice? Wow. Well, it's limbo. Oh, okay, just took a nice little lunch break at the Flint Mountain Shelter. Had myself some peanut butter crackers and also a beef stick that my friend Bart from Indiana brought to me when we were in Hot Springs. He came and visited us and was so kind. We were going to try to hike together, but unfortunately that just did not work out. But thank you, Bart, for the beef stick. He was also kind enough to buy me a Diet Coke while we were down there. So that was very sweet. So just got to have that, and the shelter was actually very nice and had a good water source. Did not check out the privy, but had a good water source. But we had to make it a fast lunch because we still have 11 miles to do, and it's already after 12 p.m. Yeah, so we have a lot of miles to catch up on today because we had such a late start this morning because it was so cold. Got a little rocky again. Liming it. Oh, my heart is happy. I just met a gentleman on trail with his two, I'm assuming grandkids. I don't know. I'm terrible with telling ages of people, but anyway. But these kids were probably maybe 5 or 6. And they had these giant walking sticks that they had found in the creek. And they were so proud of them. And they were like, we just started hiking the trail. And they were just beaming. And that just makes my heart so happy to see kids out here playing and enjoying themselves. And you know, grown-ups out here, getting them out here doing it. And yeah. So well done, gentlemen, for... You know, I didn't get your name, and I apologize for that. But well done for getting those kids out here and letting them explore and playing in the creek and finding sticks. And I told them to. I said, I hope you find all sorts of critters out here today. Because I haven't seen any. But this trail has been absolutely beautiful. And I feel so thankful to be out here today. Especially since it's warmed up a little bit, too. Oh, side note. I made an amazing discovery just a little bit ago. So yesterday's snack was supposed to be these little bite-sized Oreo cookies that I had, but after, you know, meeting the cookie lady, I was like, you know, Oreos, you don't stand a chance after that. So I put them away for today's snack. But then I also had these Junior Mints that I was, you know, looking forward to today. So I put them together. Oh my gosh, they're like Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. They're amazing together. So just wanted to pass that along to anybody else if you ever want to mix the two. And, you know, just anyway, there you go. It's like we're coming upon a road crossing and an up and over. Up and over. Up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. This is pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
We're at Double Fort Gap. That's where most are going. We're going there. Sam's Gap, 8.5. Thank you to the Carolina Mountain Club. Appreciate you. All right, here we go.
But it's not the Smokies.
Not the Smokies, but it's still going to be a 2.5 mile up. I don't know, this kind of feels like a Smoky Mountain up. Whew. Look at that beautiful waterfall. I think I'm going to be walking alongside of it. Better view from here. So pretty. There you go. Good job. Oh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. Catch the tree. Cross the stream. Look at this view. How about that? How about that view? I'll tell you, that was a tough 2.5 mile climb up, but those waterfalls breaking it up, it sure did make it beautiful. Yeah, I think that might be the highlight of my day today. I don't know. It's definitely up there with Big Butt Mountain for sure. Rocks. We are pulling ourselves up to the last point, 1 or 2 to the shelter. Okay, we just reached Hogback Ridge Shelter, but we're not staying here tonight. We've got something special coming our way, a really special blessing that we were not anticipating, but we got a text message from the Six Pack Hikers. I'm so excited, and we are going to get a special treat for them tomorrow morning. But in order to get that treat, we've got to hike on and get a little bit closer to Sam's Gap. So we stopped here, filled up our water, and just had to check out the shelter, but we're hiking on. So we got 2.5 more miles, and we're going to get to that site and set up our tent. So come on, Peel, let's go. There's our new friend, Lucky Dragon. You see her? She's real sweet. She had a hard day yesterday, and so we've asked her to join us because she could use a friend and some help. So I think you guys are gonna like her. Hello, fella. Are you frozen? Oh, I think he's frozen. Oh. Goodness. Had some destruction here, haven't we? Wow. Thank you, trail maintainers. So a little background on Lucky Dragon. I first remember meeting her probably in Hot Springs. You know, we met in passing. I would say, hello, how are you doing? You know, we would chit chat just a little bit. Very friendly young lady, and just always polite, always by herself, kind of quiet. And so, you know, we would see each other on the trail in passing. But then last night, I'm at the shelter, you know, Peel and I got there before it started raining, and we set up all of our stuff in the shelter. And as it's pouring down rain, she runs into the shelter and says, my tent is leaking. I said, your tent's leaking? She said, yes. I said, grab all your stuff and bring it in the shelter. So she grabs all of her stuff, brings it in the shelter, and we get her all dried up and get everything as much as we can, you know. And thankfully her sleeping bag's not wet, because that was my first concern, you know. We didn't want her to get hypothermia because we knew that it was going to get cold. We knew it was a cold front coming through. And so she got set up in the shelter. We just left her tent out there. So everything went fine. She slept fine all night. But then this morning, she goes out to check her tent, and it's frozen. Because it froze last night. Everything got really cold. And her tent poles are frozen. She can't get them undone. And it was just, let's just say, it was a rough night and morning for the sweet girl. Of course, I'm gonna help her. Of course, I'm not gonna let this sweet young girl feel stranded. So we worked on her tent, got her poles, you know, unstuck. And so she's hiking. I sent her on ahead of us, and I told her, I said, you know what? I know of something special that's happening for us tomorrow morning. Someone that was supposed to be with us had to get off trail. He got hurt. So we got room for one more. Why don't you join us? And you should have seen her face beam. She goes, really? I said, yeah, of course, sweetie. And even if that wouldn't have been able to happen, I would have had that sweet girl come with us, and she would have taken mine. Because that girl had a night. I mean, and so I'm so excited that even if it's just for one day, that she can hike with us and enjoy something special, a real special blessing. So, six-pack hikers, I know you won't see this until much later, but you have no idea what you're doing for this sweet young woman. No idea. And she has no clue. She doesn't watch YouTube. She has no idea who you are, which makes it even more of a special blessing, because sometimes it's even more special when it's a secret, you know? So thank you so much for what you're doing. It warms my heart. Like you have no idea, especially when it's been so cold outside today. So, Junior Mint Oreos sure are hitting the spot on this last half mile. I'll tell you what, I think I might have came up with something. All right, what are we coming up on? I feel like I've seen this in a video before. I love that. Wow. Thank you. Hey, we made it. This is home for the evening. Ta-da! All right, let's set up our tents.
Yeah, just complaining. I'm complaining.
What a cute little tent city. Don't you love it?